And we're back with some more Starsector. Today I think we'll start off with a quick little bit of combat, namely because we never really got to see much of that last time, and this is probably going to be a very quick fight. The reason being, this is the remnants. They're pretty good, but we've sort of been bringing along just about the right fleet for taking care of them. We'll send in, say, 4 people and just deploy them. The way I like to work this now is I've got these 3 ships with large guns on them, and they basically shoot at everything. And then in the middle we have a missile boat. It's not the greatest missile boat, but for speed, cost, and efficiency, it works out quite well. And all we do is we just pressure them. The cannons keep shooting at them, and then the missile boat just finishes them off when their shields go down. And it also introduces a lot of pressure. That missile stream that's coming out, that tends to just keep going and going and going. Oh, did I mention our cannons are quite strong? Dear lord. Yeah. So there's lots of explosions. Kind of one of the joys of this game. The thing is, once a ship's shields go down, this thing just unloads a bunch of missiles that basically shoot it in the guts and kill it. And you are... No, hey, come back here. Come back in range of those missiles. I was finding that I was having a problem hunting down these things, because our ships, these regular ships can't outrun them. However, the missile boats, well, they can't outrun the missiles. Eventually. Anyway. That's just a little bit of the combat that's going on, though it is rather expensive to get involved in it. Every time you deploy into combat, it takes you a bunch of supplies to recover from it all. So if we check in here, we're going to be spending 28 supplies per day until our fleet is back up to spec. You see, it reduces your combat readiness, and it costs you supplies to replace that. So that was probably much of a muchness. Basically a wash. Fighting those basically cost us just about as much as if we had done nothing. Oh, actually, well, we did get a little bit extra there. And one thing I have learned is I'm heading towards the rim, as in the very edge of space out here. The reason being, these edge points contain the best goodies. And what I've been doing is I basically came down here to, I don't know, find a ship or something, and then just went around the outside edge of the map all the way up and around. The plan is to hit up all the edge ones. They contain some of the best goodies. So my advice, if you're doing this, grab yourself a couple of these Atlas-class frigates, namely because you just will run out of cargo space with the amount of junk you're going to pick up out here, and it's kind of nice to be able to stay out here for as long as you need to. The thing is, you're going to keep picking up supplies as you go, and since you keep picking up supplies, you don't ever really have to go home, and more remnant are inbound. God damn it, looking for your fleet. Fine, we'll go kill these ones too. Now, as you can see here, it's going to cost us 120 supplies to repair all of the deployment costs, as in to deploy into combat costs you just 120 supplies. Which means we have to kill that much in supplies, or it's just not worth it. Everyone just say protect the missile boat. We don't really need to do anything too fancy here. Namely because we are completely overmatching them. Well, out here on even further around the rim, I think we were over here last time. We've managed to explore all the way around to this section. We're actually starting to run short on supplies, but we have found a domain-era survey ship. Now, this thing appears to be defended by a lot of these things. They're basically big blocks of metal. As far as I can tell, these things are terrible ships. I'm still going to overkill, though, because there's no point risking anything. I think I'm going to send in just everything. Actually, wait. Maybe not that one. The Apogee Cruiser is just not really that combat chunky. Then all we'll do is we'll just say, ooh, anything. No, there's nothing really to claim on this map. Just put 3 of you there, and the other 3 of you we'll put there. Just defend those points, and we'll see what happens. As far as I can tell, it should just be a quick slaughter. So I am really liking this missile boat. It sort of adds a certain amount of pressure. I should go through some of the reasoning behind the missile boats. Normally when you're firing with these ships, these ones here, they basically start shooting at the enemy ships, and they do a certain amount of damage, their shields start to buckle, and then those enemy ships retreat. And you can't really chase them down because either A, they're too fast, or B, there's other ships in the way who are going to start shooting at you, and then you're on a 2-on-1 or a 3-on-1 fight, and then that's bad. But the missile boat just it has such a long range, it can keep shooting at the ship even as it's retreating backwards, and it doesn't give it a chance to lower its shields or try and vent any flux, so it just ends up overloading and getting killed. A lot of the time. Like, those missiles there, they have a tendency to just make things, explode. Yeah, there's 2 little launchers on the side, right about there, and those things are basically ship killers. If something doesn't have shields, they tend to fire at it and they blow it up. So if you can stun something and knock its shields down, this thing will open up. Hey, get in there. What are you doing? You're literally just covered in missiles to shoot stuff. Never mind. You're being lazy. I really need to find the setting for turning off those giant flashy explosions. Okay, let's see what kind of goodies you got first. Better be good. Ooh, 2 beta cores, 5 gamma cores, hypervelocity drivers. Yeah, we'll take all of that. We could use it. Now let's see what we actually get from the survey ship itself. Come on, show me the What the hell? That was weak sauce. I was kind of expecting, something nice, like maybe, oh, I don't know, a hyper shunt tap, or maybe another one. Oh god, we've got so many of those autonomous mantle bores, corrupted nanoforges, and orbital fusion lamps. We just keep finding them everywhere. You trip over them out here on the rim. Well, what do we have here? Another domain era thing. Basically, the rust buckets. A domain era cryo sleeper. One of the massive vessels of legend which transported millions of humans. Oh yeah, so how big is this thing? One? Just one? Okay. Ooh, this look nasty. But I think... Oh, come on, we outnumber it massively. We'll figure out if the retreat button works, I suppose, if things get bad. We'll just throw everyone at it. I'm not even piloting one of these ships. I haven't mastered combat in this at all, so instead I just use all of the ships. There's only one of them, right? So just full assault, I suppose? Should we just let them do what they're going to do? Well, let them do what they're going to do. They should just attack it. That should be the plan. Hopefully they stick together and work as a team. Let's go with... Oh, this one. She's reckless. Or wait, no, she's aggressive, I think, or restless. I can't remember which one. Okay, why do you have shields? The other ones didn't have shields. Oh, I really should check that before I... Oh, wow, that thing has a lot of shields. How much damage are you doing? Not that much. Okay. Okay, that works. Guys, keep shooting. Why is its armor not going away? Hello? Guys? Damn it. Its hull is just like, ha ha ha, go away. What? Okay, we might need to retreat from this one. Seriously, guys? Do some scratching to the hull or we're going to have to run. Oh my god. Even with the missile boats, it's barely scratching the surface. Okay, no, but I can see actual damage going on. How's our fleet doing? You're alive, you're alive. No one's actually taking any serious damage yet, so that's good, right? And their hull is going down finally. Dear lord. Okay, we better get something really good from killing this. Come on. Oh. Back away, that thing's about to pop, I'd say. Yeah, come on. Just blow up. Ooh. Alright, that was... Ooh, I got a bit lucky there. I really should have checked that. You can hover over these things and press F1 before the battle begins to see what they're made of. I just thought that was going to be one of the ones that had shields because it was the domain. Picked the wreckage. Let's see what we got. Yes, thank you very much. Yes. Okay, that... Okay, but it's the reclamation that does it for you. Okay, what do we got? What do you mean leave? Where's the claim? No, I want to claim. Okay, the long-haul cryosleepers were built to last for centuries of interstellar travel, so it's no surprise that most of the pod support machinery reads as functional. While safe, sleeper revival is beyond the capabilities of your fleet. A colony established within 10 light years of this location could benefit from a huge influx in population if it built facilities to awaken long-haul sleepers. Okay, no, I get it. So basically, this is if you build a colony within 10 light years of this, you'll benefit from a population bonus growth to your colony. Right. That's not going to happen, though, is it? Like, we're out on the edge of space over here. We need to build it. That's 6 light years, 8, 13. Yeah, so we need to build it, like, probably there. So it might be an idea to explore those. If we could find a good colony right there. Though at the same time, I have found a wonderful colony location down here. Where is it? I think it's this one. Yeah, let's go to system info. Show planet info. There's actually a wonderful planet down here with adequate farmland. Okay, that's not amazing, but it is within range of a coronal hypershunt. And as well as that, we have a way of getting rid of that cold modifier to make the place better. And it's got a few other planets that could work for it. I think that's where we're going to be colonizing. But first I got to finish off exploring all the way around here. This could take me another few hours. I'll be back in a bit. We appear to have found a domain era mothership out here, which is good. Since it's a mothership, it's not the same as the last one. The last one we had was, I don't know what it was, some sort of deep exploration one. I've been looking at these, and none of them seem to have shields. These are basically the big chunks of metal, though. This one does look larger than the normal ones. It doesn't really have an awful lot of guns. It's mostly just a few minor things. I don't think that's even that big of a deal. It's these ones that'll be the problem. But even them, I'm pretty sure we can take this. Worst case scenario, we can retreat. I mean, they've got a lot of little small ships and things like that, but I'm thinking, yeah, we just rock up and just start blasting. Our fleet can just dip in, start shooting, and then dip out when things get problematic. We'll just set them up like this. We'll say, ooh, 2 of you can go there. Actually, you 2 can go there. 2 you can go there, and you can just sort of squeeze in the middle if you can possibly do that. Then it should just be a case of letting them just chip away. We're going to try and avoid their bigger ship until we've cleaned up all the smaller ones. First contact is going to be the little ones, as always. They last about 2 seconds in range of our guns. Yeah, you're dead, buddy. Maybe you'll get away, you're pretty fast. Okay, so that's the big one. Right, still doesn't look that dangerous, to be honest. The weapons on it look pretty small. Oh, there's a reckless pilot. God damn it. There's always that one. Well, yeah, they have a tendency to just get themselves in trouble, but I don't have the heart to fire them. They're too much fun to follow around. Seriously? Are you sure you're close enough to the enemies? They're literally all around you now. You sure don't want to retreat even a little bit. Doing the Lord's work right there. Just pouring missiles in constantly. It's that constant stream of missiles, the one on the front. It only fits in a large missile mat. I want several of those. They just seem to provide this constant pressure that I just like. It means the ships never have a chance to really run away. It has quite a good range on it as well. Like, that ship's trying to run away, but there's still missiles chasing it. Oh, one more would have killed it. So this thing has a tendency to finish off enemies so that they don't get a chance to heal up, regenerate their energy, and come back into the fight. Like, that one there is trying to get away, and oh, pity. We probably could have, like, if it dips back in again, oh wow, they're gonna make a mess. You're dead. There goes another one. Pretty sure you're gonna die in fairly short order as well. How's Reckless doing? Reckless is right on the front line. Vent, go vent somewhere. Her flux is completely maxed and she's still like, no, I'm gonna stay up here with no shields and just keep shooting. So long as I keep shooting, it's fine. Ah, damn, that thing can take a pounding though. Someone want to, are you actually out of finisher missiles? This thing holds, I think, about 12 rounds of finisher missiles, plus we've put on extended missile racks, plus the pilot has doubles the amount of missiles on board. That thing should have a massively deep missile pool. And another one bites the dust. How many we got left? Alright, we got several more floating around, but we're just going with, hit them hard. Just keep pounding them with guns and use our shields to soak hits. I mean, even our insane lunatic here is up front tanking damage and still has plenty of flux left over to start shooting stuff now. Wow, that was a wonderful suicidal charge. I think all of these things are manned by AI cores, which explains... Oh god. Gotta find some way to turn off all those nasty explosions. The lights are gonna cause a few epileptic seizures, I'm pretty sure. Alright, I think we've pretty much mopped up. I'll just skip this forward to the end unless something changes, but as far as I can tell, we just butchered everything that showed up, and now it's just a case of chewing this down. Oh wait. Another one of you. And here come the missiles. Come on. Please tell me you have some more finishers left over in there, do you? And another one bites the dust, and you have a surprising amount of armor. What are you doing? Alright, yeah, I think this fight is over. We'll just shoot him down. Alright, give me the goodies. You better give me the goodies. Ooh, okay, that's a lot of goodies. That alpha, yes, yeah, we'll just take it all. Okay, that puts us over capacity though, and over fuel. Fine, we're maxed out on fuel, and we've got 1,600 supplies. Hold on while we get rid of all the cheap junk. There we go. That's still a hell of a haul, and that's before we even get to this mothership. Better give us something. Ooh, officer promotion available. A cautious? No, we don't want a cautious person. Never mind, begin the salvage operations. 700 supplies? Yes, we'll take them all. We can't actually take any fuel. We don't have any space for it. And now we need to dump a bunch more stuff because we can't hold it. You know what? Just get rid of all those, organics? We don't need them. Perfect. That was, excellent. Thank you. In fact, we should be able to salvage now as well. We can get some more scraps and... 800? Yeah, we'll take all this... Oh, damn, I'm going to have to find something else to throw away now. Seriously? It's a good complaint to have. Okay, transplutonic ore. It's worth less than all the rest. So, yeah, in fact, get rid of a few more. It's going to be a while before we go back home anyway. I am so glad we brought out 2 of these astral carriers. Just so necessary. Anything left to explore in this system? I don't think so. It might be time to head on to the next one. Oh, next one's a black hole. Ah, lovely exploration days. While we were wandering around, we've run into this very, very interesting desert planet. It seems to have some sort of weird shield around it that's protecting it. And if you explore it, you have to basically wipe these things out. Now, if there wasn't that battleship, I'd be very confident. But this thing is not, like, we were using cruisers. We have 7 cruisers, and this is one battleship from a very good side. I mean, maybe I'm being a little bit hesitant, but I'm not too confident about this thing. Let's throw everything at the wall and see what sticks. The thing is, we have nothing really that can hold a line against it, so we're sort of have to gonna attack it, and when anything gets too badly injured, pull it back. So just let them do their thing. Actually, hold the line a bit. We want to basically hold the line just for a bit until we've dealt with the smaller ships. Once the smaller ships are dead, we can effectively just dogpile on top of it. May have a lot of flux, but if everyone's firing at it, it won't be able to hold that. Ooh, wow, yeah, it can teleport forward as well. I forgot about that. Oh, wow. Yeah, the aggressive one is just going straight in there. Damn, that thing has a lot of flux. And Mrs. Aggressive has now decided to maybe back off a little bit. Really? Yep, probably a good time. Yeah, they're keeping it well fluxed, actually. I'm okay with that. So long as they keep it under pressure, it's reducing its ability to output damage. How's everyone else doing? Yeah, you're flanking. Well, good luck with that. If that thing turns around, it'll murder you. What are you doing over there? I assume you were hunting something down. You know what? Focus in on that. In fact, have all of you focus in on that. I mean, why not? We'll see if we can do a little bit of damage to it. Let's see how the aggressive is doing. Aggressive is getting absolutely pounded. Hey, where do you think you're going? Come back here and die. Okay, so we've sent in everyone to actually focus it down, and it's actually teleported back. Yeah, I didn't like it. Perfect. And I think we're actually wearing it down. Okay, its armor doesn't seem to be going. Guys, anyone want to... Damn it. Stop running away. Come back here. Oh, okay. Where are you going? Those missiles are going miles away. I don't know where they're going, but they don't seem to be doing much. Okay, the constant barrage of missiles is just not allowing it to vent. This is the whole reason we brought that ship there. If this could get a moment to breathe, it could vent all its flux and then come back into the fight. But as long as it's being chased down by a missile ship, can't do anything. Of course, we will eventually run out of missiles. Oh, and now it finally managed to vent. Well, at least we kept it distracted for a while. Where's everyone else? You know what, you get in on that. You also get in on that. Yeah, I'm thinking that's enough. Yeah, buddy, you're going to be teleporting back shortly. Yeah, and again, come on, teleport again. I think we brought just the right amount of firepower for this engagement. And there's the MPRX, and your armor is gone. Now you're going to start wiggling from side to side. Come on, come on. Come on, finish it. Those are the finisher missiles. Now come on. Yep. And that's the end of that. In that case, full assault. Finish everything that's still alive. And let's follow the aggressive pilot. I almost feel like I want to keep that aggressive pilot. I was going to fire them at one point, but they've done such good work of just running people down. Alright, what did we get for all of this? 1 alpha core. Probably worth it once we get the colony up and running. And yeah, let's see what we get. Send salvage team down to the facility. Pick through the salvage. Oh, hell yes. That's 2 hyper shunt taps we've got now. I'm liking the look of that. Missile blueprints, onslaught class battleship. We already got that one. Afflictor, no, don't have that one. Sabo, and planetary shield blueprint. This one's a new one on me. Alright. An envelope of charged plasma seeded with, oh yeah, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Oh, helps out your defense. It helps prevent planetary invasions. Got it. Okay then, that went incredibly well. Let's see if there's any salvage to be had here. Yeah, we'll take that as well. Thank you kindly. Ooh, and when we went through the planet itself, we found ourselves a Dealmaker Hauler Suite. I've been looking for one of those. Perfect. This has been... God, this makes for all the planets that had nothing on them. Thank you. While selling off some of that excess cargo that we picked up on all our travels, I've found a fun person at the bar. They're an arms dealer. You can find these show up occasionally, and I've used them once before to buy some weapons. But basically, they can produce you $1 million worth of goods. And I'm pretty sure you don't even need to have like, any kind of blueprints for them. They just allow you to build them. Is that a 14th battlegroup ship? Damn. Anyway, long story short, while we could build anything, including weapons, freighters, pretty much anything we want, I think we're just going to buy a Paragon. It's going to cost us $1 million, but we got 3 million, so yeah. Thanks for that. Okay, easy come, easy go. In 60 days, we can come back and pick it up. Nice. But I should probably make note of this place, whatever it's called, so that I can finally come back here and pick it up when it's done. They give you a message, but the message goes away after a while, and if you can't remember where it is, you have to pick it up at a fleet storage. It's, yeah, never forget where you put your $1 million purchase. Anyway, I think it's time we went back to Corvus, and we got ready to make ourselves a colony. And the thing is, we're missing a few bits and bobs. Yeah, let me explain. This here is our main storage. We have been just dumping off everything we pick up along the way. I've sold off some of the stuff we picked up because just there was some good deals going around and, you know, well, we needed the money. You can't just drop $1 million in a Paragon if you haven't been making some cash on the side. However, we have analysed 445 planets, or surveyed them all. We've collected just a huge assortment of weapons. I don't know if we'll need any of them. I know very little about the fighters and bombers in this game. I really have to get into carrier play at some point, but for now they can just sit there. We also have a bunch of research we can sell because we don't need any more. But excluding all that research, there is the most important bits. This stuff here. This is an orbital fusion lance. This allows you to take a planet that's cold and turn it into normal. So it removes a negative from the planet. It's quite handy. This here increases 50% colony income. Colony income by 50%. This one increases your ground defenses. This one's actually incredibly valuable. This is a cryarithmic engine. Ignore the boring stuff on it. Basically, you're going to build a thing to defend your colony, and it will spawn fleets that will pop out and defend your planet. The thing is, this can double the size of those fleets, assuming you meet certain criteria. That's usually important because you don't have to keep popping back every 5 minutes to defend your colony, or you never get anything done. This allows you to produce more volatiles. This allows you to produce more light industry. This allows you to refine more. This allows you to mine more. This allows you to get more fuel. This allows you to actually have an extra production section on your factory, but you need to build it within 10 light years of something else. That's complicated. We'll get back to that one. But we should be able to use all of these in the location I picked. I wanted to pick one location where we could use literally all the colony stuff, just so that you can get a sample of all of them. There's only one we can't get, and that's the giant colony ship thing that improves your population growth. I couldn't get that as well, so... No, also there's two things missing here. One is soil nanites, and the other is the fullerene spool. It's like a space elevator thing. If you don't know what a space elevator thing is, go watch Foundation. Yes, in fact, just watch Foundation anyway, even if you know what a space elevator is. But those were the two I really wanted, was the soil nanites and the fullerene spool. But unfortunately, that's not possible. Well, I haven't been able to find them. I could go searching around the rest of the planets, but honestly, I've been flying around for... like the last couple of days. I've spent 2 days just flying around trying to collect all these things. You know what? Fine. Just I'll do a little bit more flying just in case. Still nothing. I double checked a whole bunch of places, even checked out some nebulae and stuff. Maybe they're located at some of the really close planetary systems, but I haven't seen any of those upgrades. So instead, we're just gonna have to go in with what we've got. Kind of a pity. I was hoping to show every single thing that was possible with a colony in one playthrough, but it turns out it was not to be. So now we're going to head over to Pi Ramses. This is where we're going to set up our colony. We have a good selection of stuff in our... Yeah, I picked up those hypervelocity drivers. Ignore those. But the rest of those, we're gonna need all of these for our colony setup, or probably most of them. We'll find out. Let's head into hyperspace. I'll see you when we get there. One thing I've been informed, when it comes to passing through these things, just hit the afterburner. It's the only way to get through them without getting dragged around. Yep, there we go. You get dragged around a little bit, but not nearly as much as before. Then just hit A again to resume course. One problem with this system we're attempting to colonize, there's still a rather sizable hostile presence in here. So, yeah, we're just going to be really discreet about setting up a colony. We don't want them to get in our way. All right. Now there's several planets in this system. I want to start colonizing this one first. It's literally the worst one, but I do want to start on it because it's the one that's going to turn into our defensive hub, which we're probably going to need. And yeah, we're going to have to avoid all these fleets. Ooh, that's nasty. Very nasty. We'll get the colonies started, and then I'll have to set about making a proper fleet for disposing of them. But the thing about colonies is they take a while to grow. Give me a minute while I get into position. We're going to have to sneak to make our first colony. So in between all the patrols showing up, we're just going to nip in here real quick and establish an entire colony. This is going to cost us 1,000 crew and 100 heavy machinery and 200 supplies. Not so bad. Established colony. What are we going to call this? Edge free it is. Well, edge free, your hope is to remain free. At edge of a planet based on or otherwise static assets, you will need to set up your faction's name and flag. You can always change these later by clicking on your faction name on the colony screen. Okay, that is good. For selecting the flag, I was trying to find something that represents guns, but unfortunately they don't really have much. But I think we'll go with this. That could technically be a gun firing, just a bullet really, really fast. Alright. And our first colony is done. So this is the spaceport. We're going to need that to actually do anything with this place, and we're going to need another industry straight away. I'm thinking ground defenses might be an idea. Well, actually, not ground defenses. Where are you? Oh, wait, yes, we can't build the orbital station, which the orbital station allows us to spawn friendly fleets that will fight to defend the area. We're gonna need a bunch of those. But I think instead we'll go with mining then. We'll queue up some mining, it's cheap, and we do have access to a bunch of ores on this planet. Now, when it comes to building planets, the main thing is you're trying to basically meet all your needs. So what happens here is this planet has a bunch of requirements that are not being met right now. Like it needs 2 organics, 3 food, 3 supplies, 2 domestic goods, and 1 selection of drugs, probably for the miners. Now, to get those organics, if we don't produce them ourselves, we're going to import them. We're importing all of this stuff right now, and this costs us more money, which increases the maintenance fees on everything. In fact, it's twice as expensive to import it than it is to produce it yourself. So if we got this colony and all our other colonies to produce all of the goods necessary to meet their demands, we would actually have our costs, which is actually really good. Now, we're going to give everyone hazard pay, which means this place is going to cost us 22 grand a month, but at least it gives us population growth. Without it, we get negative population growth. That's bad, though I believe you can't go down in size. So once the spaceport is built, that will help things out a lot. While that's going on, there's some other stuff we should do. Oh, I should point out, this place is extremely hot. We want it to be extremely hot for reasons that will become abundantly clear later on. And here we are at the planet we probably should have colonized first. This one here is the one that's got the food on it. It's nice to colonize the food ones, and food is required by all of your colonies, so it's a good idea to get one of those as one. And since it's the hardest type to locate, you're better off usually building your whole build strategy around this. We've also got some common organics and some moderate ore deposits, which is not bad. It does have a bit of a negative modifier. You'd prefer if this was about 75% hazard rating, because then it would just make it an easier place to live. You'd grow faster. It'd be all good stuff. Unfortunately, well, you have to make some compromises. So we'll establish colony, cost 1,000 people, 100 resources. Oh, welcome colony, Ali Piper. Oh my god, what a terrible name for a colony. No offense, Ali. All right, now, we've got the spaceport building here. The first thing we're going to want to add here, though, is farming, which will take 60 days, but it only costs us 75 grand. So that's not too bad, right? God, these things are absolute money sinks when you start making them. Now, hazard pay. Why is that growth so low? Instability -4. Why is the stability so low? No active comm relay in system. Yeah, we got to get one of those up and running. And food shortage. Well, we'll sort out the food shortage and the comm relay in no time. Now, I know we did just colonize 2 places, which that's a lot. Normally you only colonize 1 at a time. But I thought, well, if we're doing this, we might as well get them all done at once. It makes it much easier to figure out what's going on if you do all your colonization simultaneously. So, yeah, we've still got enough people left, supplies, everything. Yeah, we're good to go. Establish colony. Well, Dekoth, you're going to be our fuel refinement section. Now, the reason we picked this colony is it has no atmosphere. We don't want an atmosphere. In fact, you know what? Let's go back out for a second and have a quick look at the map overall. In this system, there is 4 planets, and we are interested in 3 of them. This one, because it's got food. We can put in food, light industry, and a bunch of other stuff on here that is all suited to having a habitable planet. At the same time, it also comes with the cold negative, which we can get rid of, which will increase the happiness of this colony. Plus, it also looks good so that we get to use everything. Next up, we've got the central planet. It's extreme heat. This place is going to be dedicated towards mining because there's actually mining here. But more importantly, this extreme heat will allow for making some really good defensive fleets, oversized ones. And that's why we colonize this planet. So this defensive fleet should be able to cover all the planets in the system and keep the system safe from outside threats. Well, once we get rid of the remnant that are in here. And this place has no atmosphere. So fuel refining and a bunch of industries require that you have no atmosphere for them to work correctly. So this place, oh wait, sorry, this one has no atmosphere, and fuel refining and a bunch of industries require you to have no atmosphere to do some good stuff, or they produce pollution, stuff like that. So this place is going to be our industrial hub because it doesn't care about pollution. And that's the 3 planets we chose. Now, we'd love to have a gas giant in here so we could get volatiles. We don't have access to volatiles, which is one of the raw resources. Like this one has common organics. And over here, we're going to get our 2 of the ores we need. But volatiles is another type of ore. It's the 4th thing you mine. We don't have this in system. That's unfortunate, but we couldn't get everything we wanted all in one system. Well, we could, but we would have had to use a preset map seed, and that would have removed half the fun, you know? Like, finding out that you've got slightly boned by your map setup is kind of half the entertainment value. Now, let's go back in and manage this colony and go in here and see what we're going to build in this section. I think to start off here, we're going to go with refining. It's pretty cheap, and it should be relatively quick to build. Oh, it's build time 90. Well, that's going to suck. Anyway, that gets all 3 of those planets started at least on building what we want. Before we do leave this planet, though, there is one thing we have to do. Unfortunately, you'll see here, this has got a -2 mismanagement penalty for stability. No active comms relay and -3 for food. This is all bad, namely because we're managing 3 planets at once. So instead, we're going to get one of our... We picked up a whole bunch of administrators. Why do we have so many in here? They're all identical. Honestly, every single one of them does the exact same thing. It really makes no difference. What's the limit? 3? We only have 3 administrators? Well, after that, we're going to have to start getting into AI cores. Once we apply them, the negative for mismanagement goes away, and now it becomes a little bit more stable. And we're going to help that stability even more as we go along, because we're going to have to stick in a comm relay. That's going to be interesting. Now, when it comes to the maps you get, you can look on here, you'll see we actually have a sensor array. We're going to claim that for the system as well. But that's it. There's only one, what you call, stable point. If you go out onto the maps here, you can have a look at all of them, and they all have different amounts. For example, there is a stable location where you could build 1 of 3 items. However, there's no second or third. Some of them will come with multiples. So let's just say it's Corvus. That has 1 stable point having a relay, 1 stable point having a makeshift sensor array, and there is a 3rd stable point over there. 3 is the most you can get in a system. However, we only have 1 in this system, which is a problem. But we can add 1 extra, but only 1 extra. Ooh, is that a derelict ship? I have to go check that out in a bit. To add it, well, it's a little bit unintuitive. What you do is you head straight for the sun. And then you hit the afterburner. Yeah, they're going to see us. And consider inducing a resonance cascade in the sun's hyperfield. Yeah, basically mumbo jumbo. And you effectively have to pay 200 heavy machinery, 500 fuel. Now, I don't know if it costs you the Alpha AI core. It's also going to cost us 5 story points, so it's not cheap. But hey, we wanted to demonstrate everything you could do here. Excellent. We proceeded, the operation went ahead, and we lost 500 fuel. Okay. Now, get out of there. We're going to get attacked by those goddamn remnants. Okay, keep moving. No stopping. Sustained burn. I'm going to run away from them for a while. That's going to stir the hornet's nest for a little bit. After a ridiculous amount of sneaking to get around all of those, we really stirred the hornet's nest when we ran into the sun. We're just going to pop over here, and we're going to make a comms relay. This allows this area to communicate with the rest of the universe. It costs you 10 transplutonic ore, which we just took exactly enough of, and 100 metals. Can't really buy metals, though. You have to salvage them, but just make sure you keep some on you, or if you can't, just pick a fight with someone and then take the scrap, I suppose. Proceed. Then boom. Now you notice here all these things showed up, personal bounties and all that. That's because we're now tied into the communication grid for the core systems over here. So these core systems over here can now communicate with over here. At the same time, one second, there is another buoy down here, a makeshift comm relay, +1 stability. Wait, no, not that one. Over here, sensor array, +700 range to fleets in system. I think we might scrap that. I'm not sure. 700 range is good. But I was thinking we might scrap that for one that gives us increased burn speed inside this radius. So you know what? We'll claim it for now. I'll have to do some research on it and see what people think. But I think the burn speed would probably be better. But we'll claim the array for now. Yep. Leave. Done. That means we can now see better inside here. Okay then. So we've got the 3 colonies started. Now we just have to fill them up with all the goodies we've managed to collect. What are you? Stereotype Empire Trader. Okay. Preparing for a voyage to... Oh, you're not going to survive, buddy. This is the wrong place to be doing trading. Like, that is just totally the wrong place. But let's see how the colony's getting along. Colony stability is 7, +1 for makeshift comm relay, +5 base, and +1 for domestic goods demand met. Well, the spaceport's up and running at least. Soon the farming will up and running, and that means we'll have food in here. And once the food's up and running, things should get an awful lot better. Population growth, that's incredibly important. Once this ticks over, it's 4.67%. So just divide that into 100, and that tells you how many months it'll take before you get an extra amount of population. And that increases the colony size, which increases the amount of industries you can build. The amount of industries you can build is limited by the colony size, and that's limited by the amount of growth your colony goes through. I think you can get up as far as 6, or maybe it's 7 size in the colony. You know what? We're not going to worry about that just yet. One thing I never noticed is you can only have 3 administrators. I thought you could have 8. So all the rest of these unassigned ones that I can never use are basically just costing me $2,000 to cycle. When you don't have them assigned, their salaries are reduced to 10%, so they cost you $2,000. When you actually assign them out, it cost you $20,000. So they're pretty expensive. However, we've had a whole bunch of them just sitting there doing nothing, and we can never, ever use them. There's no way we can actually use them because you're only allowed 3. So let's just go onto one of these planets and start dismissing some of these. We just... I was wasting so much money, I never even knew it. Alright, gone. There's an extra $2,000 a month saved each one of those. How long has that been going on for? Okay, perfect. We'll just keep those because we're going to need those at some point or other. I should probably dismiss those. The only thing they can give you is industrial planning. That's it. There used to be more traits they could all get, but this is now the limit of what all of them can get. Industrial planning gives them 1 supply more of all commodities they produce. So any commodities you're producing, they give you a +1 to all of them. So for example, this place here, when it's finished doing refining, it will produce, where is it? Yeah, a whole bunch of refined materials. I think it's fuel. That fuel will get a +1 added to it, and it will produce extra fuel. That's the theory behind it, though we probably don't need them necessarily, and it's going to be very expensive to run this. We're going to be running quite a negative on our budget for a while, but that's okay. That's okay. We've got, oh my god, we dropped below $1 million. We just spent over $1 million building all that colony up, and it's going to be a while before they become profitable. Oh well. Well, our monthly expenses just came in at $100,000. Well, that was that hurt. That hurt a lot. Not gonna lie, that one, ouch. After a quick trip back home to pick up some supplies, we've come back to Edgetree, our mining colony. Now let's just manage the colony here, and let's have a quick look at mining. What we can do here is we can install an item, and we're going to install an autonomous mantle bore. Increases ore and transplutonic ore production by 3 units. So before we do that, we're making minus 29,700 credits a month here. You can see we're making 2 of that and 2 of that, and yeah, it's not great, but this is sort of how it starts out. Then we stick the sucker in here, we confirm that, and as you can see, we're making slightly less money. And this sort of compounds upon itself, especially once we can start producing some of the resources that go into maintaining this colony, and we can get rid of hazard pay. Hazard pay is to help keep the place growing for now. So, as you can see, that's costing us a lot of money because this is a hazardous planet in a dangerous sector of space. And once the patrol HQ is done, well, our patrol HQ is finished, and as you can see, it is a tiny patrol. There is 3 little ships in it, and they're all very badly damaged. That we can slowly change. The problem is it's a rather tiny colony to start. As the colony gets bigger, those ships will also get bigger. But what we can do is we can improve the patrol HQ. What we do is install an item, and we stick in this. The cryo-arrhythmic engine increases the size of fleets launched by a colony by 25% for hot worlds and 100% for worlds with extreme heat. This planet has extreme heat. This is specifically why we picked this one, despite its hazard rating of 200%. This way all the fleets here will be doubled in size, and as this planet gets bigger and grows, the fleets it spawns will get bigger and nastier as well. And we wanted all 3 of these in the same area so that this fleet can defend them all. Not entirely necessary right now, because all our fleets are getting annihilated by all of the nasty remnant that are around, but long-term thinking, this should work out for us. Over on our refining planet down here on Dekoth, if we have a quick look in, go under colony, you can see refining has been installed all nice and neatly. And we can make some improvements here. Where is it? Wait, no, not that one. Where is it? Install item. You've got a catalytic core. Increases refining production by 3 units. There we go. How much money are we making? We're making 377 a month so far. Once we install this, confirm, goes up to 8,837. These little bonuses you can put in make running a colony at the start not so cripplingly expensive. Later on, when you can afford it, you can afford to wait until the colonies grow enough to support themselves, but early on, all colonies are pretty much a negative unless you've got some nice bonuses to stick into them. And the two things we didn't get that we would have liked were the spaceport one, which is the fullerene spool, and basically it increases accessibility and population growth. It's a really nice one. I would have liked that one. And the other one gives a +2 farming bonus. They're the only ones we're missing, which is unfortunate, but what can you do? All right, I think it's time to start working on a few other things on the side. Namely, I've been trying to upgrade our captains. Right now, all of the crew for all of our ships, they're basically ones we found. So if you look in here, all of these people are just people we found lying around the place. We need specialists. For the ships we're designing, we want people who are really good, and we're going to have to, well, we're going to have to mentor them and get them to pick the correct skills. With the skills we're going to require, we should be able to get them 6 basic skills and 3 of them set to elite status. Now, you can find ones that have 7 skills and 3 at elite status as well, or 5 at elite status. The problem is they probably won't have the skills you're looking for. Some of them are pretty close, but unless we find some really good ones, we're probably going to be replacing them all with ones we train up. But that will be for another day. For those of you who are interested, map seed, save game, both attached if you want to play around and have a look around the map. If you could find out where the fullerene spool and the soil nanites are, that'd be great, but I don't think they're on this map. I really don't. But this will be the start of our empire. We've done all our exploring, we know where everything is, and now it's just a case of building up and then start making fleets. I'm currently liking the fleet design we've currently got with the Eradicators. I think there's a couple of things, though, I want to try to improve them, especially with the captains we can add on. Oh, and that also reminds me, there is a... Where is it? There is a hyperspace shunt in here, a coronal hyper shunt. We're going to have to clear the nasties that are around that. So that will be a while. First, we're going to want to, cut our teeth on the remnant in this system. We're going to have to wipe all of them out and clear the system out and make it stable. For now, though, they actually protect us from pirates and things like that, so... Not the worst thing in the world, though. I suppose they're worse than the pirates in a respect. You know what? Never mind. We'll worry about that the next day. For now, I'm just glad that we've got the map explored and everything done. I hope you enjoyed, and good luck.